there are three key features of the work we're going to do together in the Climate and Development Knowledge Network. The first is that we're passionate about tackling climate change, but we're equally passionate about tackling the problems of poverty and human development in the world. This work will exist where those two streams of thinking and action come together. The second feature of our work is that we think that evidence-based policymaking is essential and that research is going to deliver the kind of information and knowledge that policymakers need. We're passionate about research, but we also think that research on its own needs to be translated into action if it's going to be useful. And so we'll be working with policy communities, decision makers in developing countries to make sure that the research that already exists and the research we generate results in real practical change on the ground. The third is that we want to make sure that we are demand-led and working with and in response to the needs of developing countries. But this is not going to be any old research and policy networking around climate change and development. We want to make sure that we are focused and targeted and are delivering change on the problems that countries face. Now, we're ambitious. We want this to be a global network. We want it to be at the cutting edge of thinking and action on climate change and development. But we're also very aware that there is a great deal of action already in this field. We want to work with partners. We want to work in developing countries. We want to be responsive to what they need. And we think that if we work together and work in the right way with people right across the world in developing countries, we can make a real difference which will control the climate, but we will also make sure that people come out of poverty, come out of misery, and achieve their human development goals. The need is immense, both on the climate side and on the poverty side. I've spent 40 years in this profession, and I come from the world of the think tanks. So I'm interested in how we use research, not just to publish policy papers and papers in academic journals. I'm interested in how we use research to change the world. And a famous psychologist once said, there's nothing as practical as a good theory. That's absolutely right. We want the theory and we want to be practical.